In this video, we will be looking at functions and deciding whether they are one-to-one. In a one-to-one function, every x value corresponds to only one y value, and every y value corresponds to only one x value. How to determine if a function is one-to-one if the function is given as a list of elements. Basically, we'll just be checking to see that there's only one x for every y and only one y for every x. Our first example is the set of ordered pairs. We can see that when x is 1, y is 5, and that's the only time. When x is 2, y is 7. When x is 3, y is 6. When x is 4, y is 8. And then we can also tell, since all of the y values are only written once, that this is a one-to-one function. Our next example, we have the set of ordered pairs 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 7, 4, 8, 5, 9. We can see from these two ordered pairs that when y is 7, the x value is 2 here and 3 here. So this function is not one-to-one. If our function is shown as a graph, we'll use the horizontal line test, and that basically says that a horizontal line must intersect the graph in no more than one point. Remember, this is very similar to the vertical line test to see if we have a function. But to see if we have a one-to-one function, we're going to draw a horizontal line. And notice that the horizontal line intersects the graph of the function in two places. So this one is not one-to-one. Our next example, we can draw horizontal lines, and we can see that each horizontal line is only intersecting the graph in one place. So this one is one-to-one. If a function is given as an equation, then the function is one-to-one if, for elements a and b, f of a equals f of b implies that a is equal to b. This means that to show that an equation represents a one-to-one function, we need to show that f of a equals f of b leads to the result a equals b. So we'll first state f of a equals f of b. F of a means that I'm just going to put an a in here in place of x. So f of a equals f of b, and then we're going to simplify this and hopefully get a equals b when we're done. Subtract 7 from both sides. Negative 3a equals negative 3b. Divide both sides by negative 3. And a is equal to b. Therefore, f of x is 1-to-1. Another one. So again, we're going to want to show that g of a equals g of b implies that a equals b. So we'll start out with g of a, which is square root of 49 minus a squared. And we want to set that equal to square root of 49 minus b squared. Now, if this function is one-to-one, we'll work these out and come up with a equals b. Let's square both sides. That gives us 49 minus a squared is equal to 49 minus b squared. Subtract 49 from both sides. So negative a squared is equal to a negative b squared. Divide both sides by negative 1. Gives us a squared equals b squared. And then square root both sides. So we get a is equal to plus or minus b. Now, since this is not a equals b, we have to say that g of x is not one-to-one.